water. Hello, and welcome back to me sitting in front of my closet. It is the only nice place in my room to film, unless I'm on my bed, and I did not feel like being there right now. So we're here on the floor in front of my closet with Yoshi's Waluigi back there and Lightning McQueen. Hope you're glad to be here. I sure am. Today, I thought I'd talk about how I organize my writing, because I always see those on YouTube and I'm like, oh, those are fun, so I thought I'd do one for myself. I have 7 sort of categories of things, and I'm just gonna talk through them, so let's begin. So my arguably most important category of this list is my project notebooks. I have 3 so far because I have 3 projects. Project What? You are familiar with her. I have all my revision notes in here, which I'm not done with, but there will be a revision vlog out soon, so watch out for that. Project Quest. I don't have much in here yet, but I have these, which I thought were fun. And then this one, which I have literally nothing in, which is Project Glass. It has a few starting notes, and I moved this from an old notebook because that notebook was very large and obnoxious and hard to move around, so I moved to a little baby one, and it has little buggies on it. And I just have those around because they're easy to take around, obviously. That's why I changed to this little one. And I had them at school to like brainstorm and stuff, and since we're all home, it doesn't really serve that purpose anymore. But in this one specifically, I had backstory with the war, which I need to name. I had backstory on what happened to Earth, and those 2 kind of go together. And then I had character stuff, a very, very old and very messy plan as to what this story was going to be. And then I have the original drawings and stuff for the characters. And I drew these at school. All of them, each of them. That's why 2 of them are ripped out, because one was on math homework and one was on history homework. But that's what I used these for mostly. I used them at school to figure some stuff out while I did not do my schoolwork. Second tool, I guess I could call them, that I use for stories and writing is my story binder, which I just set up and I haven't actually been able to use yet, but once I'm done with the revisions for Violet, or Project What, I will be able to use it. It has all 3 of my projects in here so far. So Project What, Project Quest, and then Project Glass. So each of them are in here and they have all the same categories: world building, brainstorming and notes, characters, and then plot/outline. And they all fit in here because I have the notebooks as well, but I'm gonna use those for the bigger stuff because right now I am revising Violet. Here it is. I'm on chapter 20 of 30 so far, but I'll be able to use my story binder for some big world building stuff that would probably take up all the space in the notebook. So yes. This binder has 3 projects in it, but supposedly has 5 books in it, because both Project What and Project Quest I am brainstorming a sequel to. And then Project Glass is like a spin-off of Project What, so technically it's like 3 books, but Project Glass is not in the same world as Project What, so I don't really count it. 3 projects, or 3 worlds, 5 stories, hopefully. So, third tool that I used for my writing is plot cards. They come in this cute little box. They didn't come in this. I put them in here, showed it off multiple times, and I have 2 so far because I haven't plotted out Project Glass, which will be a video already, so I will have it already plotted once you see this. But I have two right as of filming, and one is much thicker than the other because I knew a lot more about it, but this is Project What? You can see it kind of. And this is Project Quest. This one has a little check mark on it because I'm finished with it, technically, for now. And this one has a little exclamation point because I'm working on it. I do not have any more clips like this. In my plotting Project Glass, I already told you what my plotting cards mean. So you can see it's very colorful in there. It's like, what is it? What? White is obviously for the title cards, Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. And also for specific scenes that I already have in my brain. The yellow cards are the 15 beats from the Save the Cat beats. And that's all the yellow cards are. It's just notes as what each of the beats will be, and then behind them are all the other colored cards as to what that beat actually has in it. Blue cards are for relationships, just like relationship arcs, like friendships or like romantic relationships or anything, you know. Most of them are friendships because friendships are just nice. Purple ones are for character arcs, so relationship arcs, then character arcs. Red ones are for conflict, which there's surprisingly little in Project What, but there's a lot more in Project Quest. You can see difference. And then green is for theme, which I definitely don't have a lot of in either of them because I do know how to look at theme. So I just tried to sprinkle it in. There's like 2 theme cards in Project What. But those are my cards. I only have 5 colors, but it works so far. Those are all my physical, you can hold things. And I guess I should add, once I get my first draft done, I print it out in a little proof copy book thing, because I'm almost done with Project Quest and I'm definitely going to be printing it out so I can revise it and whatnot, but that wasn't a step, so there's 8 categories now. 7.5, because I only have 1. So there's the half category. Printed out drafts. And now I'm gonna go on to all the stuff that's on my laptop because, you know, we're in the modern age. I can use technology for this. I don't have to write with a pen on a notebook. Ow. So I have my laptop here because I'm gonna go through it, but you'll see it, I promise. First of all, for just brainstorming and whatnot, I have my Pinterest boards for each of my projects. So I have 3 projects right now, and they each have their own Pinterest board. So far, I think Project Quest has the most pins in it, actually, because it's such a large world compared to Project What. So I just use Pinterest for visualizing the characters and the settings and like getting to know the vibe of the story, I guess. Each of the boards, I used to have just them all thrown together and I didn't have sections in them, but I organized them a little while ago into characters and settings, characters that I knew, because not every character has one yet. But once I'm done with revising, especially Project What, I'm going to be adding a ton of stuff into this board, and it's just really fun to do when you don't want to write, and you're just like, you still want to be in the story, so you just go on Pinterest and try and find some stuff, and it helps later, so no harm in that, right? Pinterest is just for brainstorming, visualizing, whatnot. Now I have Google Drive, where everything ever is. Here I have my drive split up into YouTube and writing things, and in the writing folder I have the folders for each of my projects. So I have Project Glass, Project Quest, and Project What, and then Project Moss is the sequel to Project What. And then back down here in the Google Sheets I have my books and what's up with them. It's just a sort of update place that I use to figure out where I am in a certain story. And then let's go to Project What. And here I have the data for Project What, which is just a Google Sheets that shows me how many words are in each chapter, and it helps with chapter outlines and will help with my timeline once I'm done revising. Because I'm gonna need to update that because it's there. But that's what the data is in the sheets, and then I have photos, which is for the printed out draft, and then the drafts, which I only have one in because I only have the first draft, and then the first draft formatted is just all the documents that I had to use to upload my book in its entirety. And then notes and other things, it's mostly just stuff like scenes that I wrote early and that I had to write up to. I had a few character brainstorming things in here, and then I also have the little synopsis for the back of the book, which, there it is. I don't really do much brainstorming stuff on the laptop anymore. I just really like being able to scribble all over the page. I tend to do it in the notebook, which is why I have it. So that's basically it. Category 6 is my Google Sheets, which I use for everything. I use it to schedule my YouTube videos and to figure out all my stories, but they're mostly just used to figure out how many words are in the chapter, figure out chapter outlines. I outlined Project Quest in its entirety on Google Sheets after it goes through the plot cards and my notebook and whatnot, but each chapter is outlined on here, and then I have edits for draft 1 in there that I just add to as I'm writing, so I know it's there, because some things it's just big picture stuff that I know I'll have to change, and other things are like things I don't know yet, like change the name of the city or add someone's name here or something, you know. So that's what Google Sheets is for. And then Google Docs is mostly just for drafting because I do most of my brainstorming on paper. So that is how I organize my writing. It's not crazy. It's very bulky if you want to carry it around with you, but that's how I organize it all. I don't have Scrivener or anything like that, so everything goes to Google, my Lord and Savior, Google Drive. Thanks for watching, I guess. I'll see you on Sunday with my revision vlog. Peace. There we go.